FITSAM, where we look to enrich, inspire, and enlighten all our viewers and listeners. So thank you all for tapping in with us on another blessed Monday. New series, new month, new series. You know how this thing goes.
Yes.
Excited about this one. And Sam brought this one up what at the end of last week's episode, which if you want to go back and check out last week's episode, we were breaking down the part 1 of the 48 laws of power, laws 1 through 24. If you want to check that out, you can go tap in with our lives via YouTube and our audio podcast, in which we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Cast,
any platform that allows you to hear audio, we are there.
Exactly. Like I said, excited about this one. This is series 11, episode 1. Which I would almost just call this an intro, intro to series 11.
Yes.
Outwitting the Devil, by Napoleon Hill. Why did you choose this book? I'm excited about this one, Sammy. What made you choose this book?
So why I chose this book is because we're finally finding the direction in which our podcast is going to go in, and to have someone come up to me and say, "Oh, I've been tapped into y'all podcast, and I think y'all should start doing more books." And when they recommended the book and I looked into like what it was all about, I'm like, this is good knowledge for people to know about. So this had to be on the list of Outwitting the Devil. So shout out to all of our viewers and listeners and for giving us feedback, because your feedback is heard and we're willing to implement it if it goes with what we're going for. I mean, what we stand for.
Right.
So that's why I chose it. And it talks about fear, self-doubt, like.
So initially hearing about the book, initially hearing the title Outwitting the Devil, like my thoughts just went to, like, you know what I'm saying, like in a whole different direction. I'm thinking this is actual spiritual play.
Yeah.
But what I'm finding out is that this book is more so what's associated with the devil, of different emotions that are associated with, things that you don't want to feed into.
Yeah.
So it's more so like that. It's not more so the figure of the devil itself, but more so of what's associated with those type of forces.
Yes.
Doubt, fear, confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so y'all are in for a treat today, because we're going to do the breakdown and the intro of the book. And then next week, we're going to go deeper into chapters 3 through 6. Mm-hmm. We're going to do the chapters in 3. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with a prayer. And then we're going to go straight into our check-ins. Dear God. Well, we're going to say Our Father prayer.
Okay. Let's get it.
Okay.
Let's get it. We got to get it right.
Okay. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Father, give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all hurt, harm, and danger. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. In Jesus' name, amen. Forever and ever, amen.
Okay.
Amen. I feel like it's so many different versions to the prayer. If you're tapping in on TikTok, go ahead and share the live. Get the viewers up. Let's go.
Nothing but progression. So, what's something that you've learned last week? What's something that we've learned this week, but what's something that you've learned last week? No. I don't know if I said this on the last episode, right? I learned about a dry rainbow.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say that on the last episode? I said that on the last episode?
Yeah.
On the last one?
Yes, because you told Kayla them about it.
Dang. I'm always learning. It's just so much. I can't even really just pinpoint. But I've gotten better, though. I feel good. I feel really good. I'm excited about where things are headed. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful feeling to be optimistic about your future. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just excited about where things are going. Yes. Nothing but progression. That's all we believe in. That's all we preach. That's all we push. Is progression. Getting better in all aspects. That's mentally, that's physically, that's spiritually, emotionally, financially, intellectually. Getting better in all aspects. And I am. Hey, what did I'm probably to come back to that one, cause I can't just right now just think of something that I've yeah.
I think something that I've learned that last week, it just came to me this morning when I was getting dressed. Say you gotta be very careful with your words, because what you speak out is what you're portraying over your life. You know, so if you want good, speak good. But we're sometimes not intentional to know that what we're speaking. Like we kind of just say words instead of actually think about we saying what we have to say. So.
I can say that. Okay. I can say that. Now that's something that I've learned, and I'm still in the process of learning and being better about, is being intentional.
Yes.
Yeah. That's something that that's something that I've picked up from you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That word intentional. Yeah. And it's so funny because like I had brought up the you know what I'm saying, that whole, you know what I'm saying, that. And that's what that you know, say their thing was called that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's so just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that all led to, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and that's a major word for me right now. Yeah. Like that's big for me right now. Like being intentional in what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's good.
I can honestly say that. Yeah. Being intentional.
Intentionality wins.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
Intentionality.
So how did you progress this week within yourself and those around you? Would you answer that the same?
I mean with that, and like I say, just being better physically. Like, you know what I'm saying, I feel good. Like I feel strong. Like, you know what I'm saying, and the more that you better yourself in all aspects, you better those around you.
Yes.
Inspirational. Our runs on Thursdays, like, you know what I'm saying, it's progression. It's pushing each other. Like, you know what I'm saying. Yes. Come get these extra laps in. Get some work in.
I'm trying to tell you.
You do it to everybody else. No, seriously. No, seriously. Do it to everybody else, right?
Yeah, I be putting in that work though.
What do you think? How you feel?
How did I progress? I just feel like last week I've just been in a sense of peace, to be honest, with my mind. Just if I can't control it, you know, I can't control, like, I don't stress over something that you can't control. And then I had a conversation with somebody on Saturday, and they told me, they was like, Sam, one thing I like about you is that you're standing in your truth. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not about to pretend to say something for you to hear just because it's appealing to your ear if I don't agree with it. You remember what I said when I came back from home? I said I want to be more selfish. Like learn
the art of selfishness.
Yes, I want to learn that because it's okay to be selfless, right, but there also can be a balance between being selfish and selfless. So. Yeah.
Oh, there's something that I want to big up you and the girls for, is y'all's first meeting for the CEO, huh? Or was it just a divine development Bible study?
Yeah, we had our divine development Bible study last Friday, and it was beautiful. We're going to be intentional on coming on TikTok just so you all can experience the presence of God and experience what He can do in a room of believers. So the girls, God showed up. Like, I just love what God is doing, and it's just reminding me that my calling and my purpose is more than just a tangible thing. It's actually a purpose-filled thing, you know. So,
and it's something that I always gives you big up. And it's not even just to Sam, but this is, you know what I'm saying, Sam is this type of an individual, but anybody that can draw people to them, like, you know what I'm saying, and like anybody that can put themselves in a position for others to believe in, like, you know what I'm saying, like they believe that you can help them be better, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yes. Just the fact that you have that influence, that's major. That's a big responsibility.
That's impact, and I feel like that's the difference between impact and influence. Because influence, I can tell you to do something and not be the right thing, but an impact is like you're actually following because you know that this can better your life and it can change your life.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's true.
Yeah.
So, and for that first meeting, we did go live on, what was it, your FITSAM, the I Am FITSAM page, right, on TikTok?
We went, we're always going to be live on here. Like,
okay.
I made this the ultimate influencer page because we have so much going on, and I feel like it's so much easier for me to build this page right now, so.
Yeah, TikTok is, yeah. And when is the next time that they can expect a live from?
The 23rd of August this month. It's 2 Fridays from, next Friday, really, at 8 p.m. We're going to go live, Divine Development. Shout out to Trey because he helped me with that name. And I just feel like it's so beautiful because when I turned 29, God said, you're 20 divine. And then when I looked into the word of what divinity means, it just means a nature of God. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and end that call.
Hopefully they don't slow nothing down.
No, but... yeah, so divine development is really just helping women find their purpose, find their calling, and really just get in relationship with God. Because I do believe as a woman, like, you got to spiritually be mature. Like, you literally have to be able to lead your household. Like, you have to be able to balance. And God found it well when he created a woman. Literally, he found it well. So if I can help women just become, like, that word become is so big for me because you're becoming. I don't know who that is.
Okay, go. Is this? Come on, we're protected. All right. So look. Before we get into breaking down why this book is even important or is even should be relevant to you, I want to give you all a quote. I'm coming with quotes every episode. All right. So the quote for this week is, silence is the language of God. Everything else is poor communication. Y'all need to hear this one again. Listen to this one. Break this down to amongst yourselves. Silence is the language of God.
Ooh.
Everything else is poor communication.
Because, like, you can't just be saying stuff. Silence is the
communication of God.
Silence is the communication of God. Like God says, be slow, be quick, be slow to anger and quick to listen. That has to do with being able to interpret what somebody is saying. Like, hear somebody, not just quick to respond. Because when you're quick to respond, you can say the wrong thing. So.
Yeah, I like that quote because I feel like a lot of people got that actual talking to God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, no. Sit and listen, like, you know what I'm saying? Sit in silence, like, you know what I'm saying, and get in tune with everything around you, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I seen something yesterday. Yeah, I seen something yesterday that was like he was basically saying that same thing that I just said was which was get somewhere in complete darkness and complete silence and just watch how you begin to tap in with yourself and just tap in and you start to think about
a lot.
Yeah.
But it's also like control your mind to control your thoughts because your mind can be racing and you can miss what God is saying. Like, so I do believe meditation is good for us, though.
Meditation.
Like, when you're talking to God or in that meditation form, be intentional that you're not doing all the talking. Allow God to actually speak to you. And I always tell my girls, control your thoughts. So if I'm sitting in solitude, saying I'm praying to God, but I have a thought that this got to get done, that got to get done, it's like, okay, God, help me control my thoughts, you know? So.
Clear your mind of all else.
Yes.
What was it that Drake said? I'm letting God handle all things above me.
Hello.
No, seriously, give it up to your high power.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not nothing that will ever be forced or pushed upon none of our viewers or listeners, but find you something to believe in. Find you something bigger than yourself to believe in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I like that whole intro because it really goes into the book today. So we're gonna tap into the book today, y'all. Outwitting the Devil is written in 1938 but was not published until 2011. Entering into the conversations, Napoleon Hill has with the devil reveals the tactics used to prevent us from achieving our true potential. It is a fascinating read, and we believe that it is going to change you guys' life and is going to add a lot of value and insight to your next step in life. Okay, so in the first episode, we'll give an overview of the book, discussing why it is relevant to both our listeners and ourselves to break down the first 3 chapters. We'll also have some engaging questions to engage with you guys so we can think about the material that we're learning.
Right.
So,
okay, so getting into factors that can hold you back from achieving things in life.
yes, and that's
Okay.
and then like he says, it's entering into conversations with Napoleon Hill that he actually had with the devil. So it's like that's you sitting down meditating, but the enemy can come in and tell you other things. You know, it's like having that good and that bad.
Right. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, it's big to control your thoughts and to learn how to control your thoughts. Because it's not easy.
No, seriously.
To control yourself, you know what I'm saying, mentally. Yeah. But that's what this whole thing is. This whole thing that we're in is a mental construct of something big.
Omnipresent. Hello, God is omnipresent. But you know, self-control is one of the fruits of the spirit.
Yeah. Self-control.
Yeah, so that's good that you said that. So, Outwitting the Devil explores the nature of fear, self-doubt, and procrastination, and how these factors can hold us back from achieving our goals. Hill's fictional interview with the devil uncovers ways to outwit these negative forces and live a life full of purpose and success. I don't know about y'all, but me, I want to live a life full of purpose and success for sure, especially purpose. Because once you know your purpose, then you're always going to win. It's not going to be easy, but you'll always have something to bounce back on.
Right. Living in your purpose.
Living in your purpose.
That's a big step right there.
Yeah.
That's major for a lot of people. All right, so like I say, this book is not just about overcoming obstacles. It's about understanding the root of our fears, how to conquer them. This book is a manual for anybody looking to break free from the chains of their own mind and reach their fullest potential. That's what I'm saying. This whole thing is mental. Once you control the mental aspect of this phase of our existence, you beat the whole thing.
Yeah.
Once you win mentally, you win in its entirety. It's all about the mental. That the physical gonna wear away. Yeah. But as long as you can keep your mind, you in the game.
Yeah, that's like when people say, and I'm not knocking anybody that truly has this condition, but when people say they have anxiety, you know, I always ask them, like, what makes you think you have anxiety? Like, what is in control of your thoughts at what time? What are you really thinking about that makes you go into such a frantic, like a worry, a panic? And, you know, sometimes, most of the times, what I've heard is that they would say, well, this is something that was spoken over me when I was small, you know? And it's like, we have to realize in this generation that what was spoken over us is not who we are.
No, I'm saying, what is anxiety?
Exactly.
What is anxiety?
Like,
what is that?
Our listeners, if y'all can help us answer that. But if I was to,
is it being overly scared, overly nervous,
worried? Yeah, it's like you're worried. You're in your head, like thinking about, or you might just be around too much people and then just lock up too much, or freeze up.
That's like what is the word when you're overstimulated.
Our listeners, if y'all can help us with the definition anxiety.
Somebody break that down for us.
Let us know, what does anxiety mean to you? Because for us it's overstimulated, like you're just overstimulated. So why this book is good for our listeners? We chose this book because we believe it has the power to transform lives. By understanding the tactics the devil uses to keep us from achieving greatness, we can develop strategies to overcome these barriers. Whether you're a student, entrepreneur, or just somebody looking to improve your life, it has something for you. And we've already talked maybe like 4 times about just the transformative act that this book is going to have for our viewers and our listeners, and also for ourselves, because now you're understanding. It's like really like understanding your thoughts. Like,
don't beat yourself up mentally.
Don't beat yourself mentally. That was good.
Like we say, like this book is going to really preach being strong mentally.
Yes.
Mental toughness. Strong in the mind. Once you become mentally strong, you can overcome anything.
Yes. Yes.
But it's all about overcoming those fears, those doubts, that confusion, that fear of the unknown. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you overcome that stuff, it's go time.
Yeah. Being able to sit with yourself and realize it also is important, though. Like, can you sit with yourself and face yourself? Like, can you?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like. Anybody that gotta be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that can't be by themselves. I don't know. Anybody that can't be alone. I don't know. I think that's a sign of weakness. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
To me personally, just me personally. It's just me personally now. You can't be by yourself. This whole thing is a. Oh man, I keep going back to that. Like this. I mean, maybe it's not meant to be. You know what I'm saying? In solitude or live or you know what I'm saying?
No, we're not meant to be alone.
No. I feel that, but it's like it's just so. I don't know. I guess once you done did it by yourself for so long, I guess you just get into that mindset that. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, and that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, but even doing it by yourself for so long, God will bring community around you to show you that it's not for you to do alone.
That's very true. That's very true.
So
you don't have to.
But it's called a balance. Like, you don't always have to have somebody around you. It's like, what did you say? Like, getting praise. Like, you know, like you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't know. You don't need you don't need people around you all the time.
Right.
Like, because in solitude is where you find yourself as well. So when it is time for you to be around community and around people, like, you're not trying to fit in, or you're not comparing yourself or anything like that, because you know who you are.
And what they say about that comparison is the killer of all joy, something like that.
Comparison kills.
Verbatim, comparison kills,
Comparison kills. You should never want what somebody else has.
So some of the key benefits of this book include gaining insight to the nature of fear and how to overcome it, learning to identify and combat self-doubt, and developing a mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth.
So the book breakdown is the first meeting with Andrew Carnegie. Hill reflects on his initial meeting with Andrew, which inspired him to study and write about the principles of success. Carnegie challenged Hill to interview successful people and distill their method into a philosophy of achievement. So what does philosophy, what is that word? Like the study of?
Yeah, like a writing, philosophy, like the like, what's your philosophy? Like belief? It's almost philosophy, almost like beliefs, almost.
So he had to study
their philosophy, their beliefs,
on achievement. That's good, actually. A new world is revealed to me. This is chapter 2. This chapter.
Hold on. Before we move on too fast, this almost sounds like our last breakdown of the 48 Laws of Power, the book. Because because I don't remember the author, but the author from the 48 Laws of Power, he was inspired by the lives of successful figures all throughout history. You understand? To understand what they did right and what they did wrong throughout their conquest, throughout their lives. You understand what I'm saying? So this kind of put me in the mind of thinking about that. because he did the same thing. Robert Greene.
Robert Greene.
48 Laws of Power.
Y'all have not heard our 48 Laws of Power breakdown, go ahead, FITSAM Community Podcast, and go listen. We did part 1, and man, that book changes your life for sure.
No, seriously. So that's only part 1. We only did laws 1 through 24. We'll be coming back around with part 2 here on down the line.
Yes.
We got a couple of series that we're going to probably do in the meantime, in between time. So we will be swinging around, breaking down the 48 Laws of Power part 2 eventually. But if you haven't checked out the initial part 1, check it out. Spotify,
Apple, YouTube.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, everything.
It's a good book.
Okay, so what were you saying?
So, chapter 2, again, we're just breaking it down, and then today we're going to actually go in depth with 1, 2, and 3. So pay attention, you guys. A new world is revealed to me. Chapter 2. This chapter discussed Hill's recognition that many of life's failures and obstacles are created by fear and self-doubt. Hill begins to understand these negative forces can be outwitted. And if we look up the definition outwitted, look up the definition outwitted.
Outwitted, just outsmarted. Literally.
Outsmarted.
Yeah, outplayed.
So Hill began to understand that these negative forces can be outplayed.
Right. Outwitted. You can overcome them. Yeah,
overcome.
But to overcome them, it all starts with the mental. In order to be, what was that? Self-doubt. What was the other one?
Self-doubt, fear, and fear.
Self-doubt and fear. Yeah.
And obstacles.
Self-doubt, fear. It's all a mental. It's all a mental thing. And with you being strong mentally allows you to outwit in a way that fear, that self-doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because you're telling yourself, "No, this can be done." Yeah. So that was chapter 2. Okay.
Yes, chapter 3, a strange interview with the devil. The core of this book begins here. As Hill imagines an interview with the devil reveals that his greatest weapon against humanity is drifting. I'm going to say that again. The devil reveals that his greatest weapon against humanity is drifting, a state of aimlessness and indecision. The devil explains how he keeps people from achieving their potential.
Sheesh.
That right there is huge.
So hold on. He's saying he had an actual interview.
Like he actually met with him.
Right, exactly. Okay.
He actually sat down and had a conversation with him.
Okay. But at the same time, it is talking about what's associated with him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because okay. So drifting. So what did you get from drifting? I know what I got from it. Just drifting away from the source.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Straying away from like the further the devil can get you away from the creator. The more influence, the more power that force has over you.
Heavy on drifting.
Yeah, drifting. I like that.
Heavy on drifting. A state of aimlessness and indecision.
So aimlessness is indecision. That's just you here purposeless. You're here not living in purpose and indecision. You're confused. You nothing is like you have nothing fully understood. Everything is it's confusion.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And a lot of people are confused.
And aimless.
Okay. You want to read number 4?
Drifting with the devil. The concept of drifting is further explored with the devil detailing how he uses habits, routines, and social pressures to trap people in a cycle of mediocrity. Sheesh. Hold on. Let me just say that again before I can finish the whole thing. The concept of drifting is further explored with the devil detailing how he uses habits, routines, and social pressures to trap people in a cycle of mediocrity. Hill and the devil discuss how to recognize and combat drifting.
Sheesh.
What do you think?
I think that was deep. He's literally telling us how we're living, like the world that we live in today. And then when I was doing my Bible study, I learned that I wrote it down.
Keeping people mediocre.
Mediocre.
Like I say, keeping people not living in their purpose, what they're here to do. It don't do nothing but create a whole cycle. Ain't got my well not there. Sheesh, right there, boy. It don't keep you look until you learn and you fulfill your purpose here on earth. You keep repeating the same thing. You're just reincarnated over and over again till you get it right. So you know what I'm saying, and the more that you get it wrong, the more that you're susceptible to being corrupted.
Sheesh. What I learned this morning is Earth is currently the devil's domain. Literally.
Oh
so
yeah.
when reading, the devil uses the habits, the routines, and the social pressures to trap people in a cycle of mediocrity. Hill and the devil discuss to recognize the comeback of drifting. Like, I'm excited to see how this book plays out for sure.
Shoot. Dang. Now that I see that he actually meeting with the devil, okay, I'm like, sheesh. How did he do that? Now I want to know, how did he do that? He summoned him? Like, was he summoned? Like, what does Hill get into? I'm gonna have to do more. I gotta do more research on Mr. Napoleon Hill. To get yourself in that position is crazy. Sheesh.
Hey.
All right. Chapter 5. The confession continues. The devil admits to how he uses fear, ill health, poverty, and other negative influences to control people's minds. He also talks about how the education system, religious institutions, and even the home environment contribute to this process.
Jeez. Literally, jeez.
Yeah. A lot of those situations can break somebody's faith.
Yes, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Breaking one's faith.
Yes.
Getting one to drift away from the source. Because once you drift away from the source, you are easily manipulated and influenced.
Yes.
Oh, man, sheesh.
Yes, that's why Trey always say, find something greater than you.
No, seriously. What I just came up with, one is powerless if not next to the source. You know what I'm saying? Something along that line. One is powerless if not next to the source. Like, you need to be tapped in. Chapter 6, the 7 principles. Hill gets the devil to outline 7 principles that can help individuals avoid drifting and take control of their own lives. These principles include defiantness of purpose, self-discipline, and learning from adversity.
And that's really all it is when achieving something.
Defiantness of purpose, knowing this is what you're here to do. This is your calling.
Amen. And that can be shaken. Like, you can be shaken up in your calling. You can literally be shaken up because you have to be tested. Will you stick with it, or what? You're gonna fall short, when things get hard. Chapter 8. That's where we at with it, right?
No,
7. Seeds of fear. The devil explains how fear is planted in people's mind and how it grows into deliberating. What's that word?
Debilitating.
Debilitating force. The chapter explores different types of fear, including the fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. And if we think about today's world and today's time, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those 6 things right there can, if you don't have a strong faith, you can fall short.
For sure. You will fall short if your faith is not through the roof.
Yeah.
Like I say, you should have so much faith. It makes you look crazy. Well, not
Crazy
actually
faith.
Crazy, but your faith should be crazy.
Crazy faith.
Yeah.
Stand on what you believe. Believe in what you stand on.
For sure. 10 toes behind it.
So education. I mean, dang. Why am I trying to? What's that word?
Well, defiantness.
Defiantness of purpose. This chapter delves into the importance of having a clear and definite purpose in life. Hill agrees that having a strong sense of purpose is one of the most powerful tools to resist the devil's influence and achieve success. I totally agree.
Sheesh.
So Hill argues that having a strong sense of purpose is one of the most powerful tools to resist the devil's influence and achieve success. I think that's really good, because once you know what you're doing, then you know that obstacles and things and challenges are going to come up against you, but you know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, defining of purpose. Yeah. Like I said, it defining, like knowing what you're here to do makes you excited to optimistic. It go back to the word optimistic. Knowing your purpose, knowing that you're going to be doing something important. Like, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that you're here to do something, it keeps that drive alive.
But why do you think some people are afraid to find their purpose or step into it? I should say.
Because it's just a lot that comes with it's a lot that can come with that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that can come with that. Or maybe not. Everybody's purpose is different. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One just might not be ready. You know what I'm saying? Know that it's coming, and working their way into it, but
yeah,
you got to be full. You got to be really fully. You got to be all in. Like, once you like you can't half step your purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's one of them things. Like, you got to be 100% committed to your purpose once you decide that that's what it is.
Yeah, and if you're listening and you want to find your purpose, I would recommend finding that time to sit with God and what is it that you like to do? What is it that you know you're good at doing? Like, when people come around you, like, what type of feeling or fulfillment do you bring these people? Because at the end of the day, I do believe that we're all just placed here to serve one another, to love one another. So just, how do you feel about serving others? How do you feel about loving those that maybe piss you off? Like, what does your love life for other people look like? Because that'll help you a lot with your heart posture too, on how to accept.
Heart posture.
Yeah, on how to accept different types of people. But everyone is here on purpose. So I do want y'all to find your purpose, because it's beautiful for sure. Education and religion. The role of education and religion in either empowering or limiting individuals is discussed. The devil explains how he manipulates these institutions to create fear, confusion, and dependency.
Sheesh. Education and religion. Those are two of the biggest driving forces.
That's top two.
Education, religion, healthcare, the government itself, the food, pretty much everything is you know what I'm saying? Is tainted, to be honest. It's corrupted.
Yes. But education, they tell you got to go to school. If you go to school, you're going to get this type of degree. And then you come out of school and you don't even have a job, you know? And then with religion, I feel like that can be a bind, Like, people can make you believe just one way. And you get stuck in just that thought process of believing just this instead of having a perspective to believe or to even listen to what other people have to say. I feel like religion can make you very judgmental as well, because it's this way or no way. Like, I'm not trying to hear what he got to say or she got to say, because this is what I believe.
Right. Like that condemning type of judgment.
Yes. And to condemn, who are you to condemn?
Yeah, to condemn is insane.
So, geez.
So, last chapter.
Chapter 10 breaks down your right to be rich. The final chapter focuses on the idea that wealth and success are a natural right. I agree. Hill encourages readers to overcome the negative forces discussed throughout the book and claim their right to live abundantly.
So your right to be rich, that right there reminded me of the that quote of the universe is not conspiring against you. Like, you know what I'm saying? The universe is in your favor. Like,
No, seriously.
you know what I'm saying? We were born, we were created to win at this thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you messed that up on your own by being influenced by living in fear and confusion and not having no self-worth, self-discipline. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the universe wants you to win. You're supposed to win.
You're supposed to win. Like, why do you think you're placed here to lose? Why do you think that? Like, no, honey. Like, literally, you're here to win. And I love how he ends the chapter off with "your right to be rich." And when he's talking about rich, he's not talking just about a tangible thing. He's talking about from inside out. So, and that's beautiful. So,
your right to be rich.
Let's go.
Your right to have everything that your heart desires. Morally speaking now.
And I do believe that we talked about this at Bible study. What we're going through is just because of our heart's desires. It's like what we're asking God for is literally our heart's desires. So he's not just going to go like this as on a gold platter. No, he has to see, can you obtain the blessing in what you're asking for? Like, what are you going to do with what I give you, basically?
Right.
So just know we were all here, and we're here to be abundant, to live abundantly, to be happy, to be peaceful, to be comfortably uncomfortable. Well, uncomfortably comfortable, you know, to have joy, to have love, like everything your heart's desire, you deserve.
Sheesh. I like that.
So let's ask some questions.
Man,
What are some fears or self-doubt that you feel that held you back in life? What are some fears or self-doubt that you feel have held you back in life? And for those that's listening and tapped in on TikTok, answer the question. What are some fears or self-doubt that you have that have held you back in life?
Right. If I had to come up with something like that, I can say probably a fear or self-doubt. Maybe coming to but that wasn't really self-doubt, but maybe coming to the realization that that maybe pursuing a football career outside of college wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like this might not work out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So having to switch it up, having to go a whole different route, having to figure out all over again what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? What do I like to do? Like, what makes me happy? You know what I'm saying? That's when I came up with the Good Vibes brand. You know what I'm saying? From I guess that's coming from a place of self-doubt and a fear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing now? What am I doing out here? Just completely lost during that time.
And how did you navigate through that time?
God, and making sure that I was putting out the right energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never getting down on myself. Always knowing that something better is ahead. Like, you know what I'm saying? The word for this intro episode for me is gonna be optimism. Being optimistic, being excited about what's to come. That has kept me driven all my life. Optimistic. I'm excited. Let's go. And we just keep getting better in all aspects. It ain't nothing like progression. Now, optimism is the word for the episode. Progression is the word of the year. That's the word for this year.
Intentionality is the word for the season.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
So optimistic is the word for the episode. Progression
is the word of the year.
And intentionality is the word of the season.
I'm telling you, I forget what immediately.
Let's write that down.
Hold on. So optimism, word of the episode. Progression, word of the year, and intentionality is the word of the season. Oh, okay, gotcha. You still got to answer that question too.
Oh yeah.
And make sure that you all, for all our viewers and listeners, make sure that you're asking these questions among yourselves.
No, seriously, and then intentionality.
So what was that first one? That first one was that first one was she said,
what are some fears or self-doubt that you feel have held you back in your life?
I wouldn't say held me back though, like kind of slowed things down. I kind of slowed kind of slowed things down because I had to take time to figure out what I was gonna do. So yeah, that'd be mine. What you think?
I would say mine is just, like I said, not knowing how it's gonna play out. So it's like I would take more risky steps. Like I'm not even risky, but like I would take risky steps. Like I wouldn't go all in just because I'm like, what if it don't work out?
Okay.
You know, so but and I wouldn't say that has held me back because it's always showed me I've overcome that. So now that I wouldn't say it held me back. I would just say it helped me become optimistic.
Okay.
You know, because it always plays out beautifully.
Gotcha.
So
not the way that you plan it out, but it always plays out
exactly beautifully.
Yeah,
how it
exactly
should be.
how it's supposed to.
Yes. All right.
So what was that? So let's enter and get into the first 3 chapters. Chapter 1, my first meeting with Andrew Carnegie.
And remember, Andrew Carnegie challenged him to interview successful people and ask them how did they their achievement, basically giving us game.
Because the mindsets of the successful and non-successful are extremely different.
Yes.
They got a whole different thought process. Like they look at things in a totally different way. And one example of that is especially financially. Like they know how money works. Like, you know what I'm saying? So a big saying is making the money work for you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like using your money to make more money.
Yes.
You know. But one thing that I'm learning about investing is that it's not as easy as, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
And in these times, in these days, like with inflation and the way that the economy is, man, it's taking 10 times more of the finances to push certain things. You know what I'm saying? So but we learning, we're getting better.
Yes.
Definitely.
Progression.
So what is that, the summary?
Yeah.
Hill's journey begins with the meeting with the industrialist Andrew Carnegie, who challenges him to spend 20 years studying the principles of success. Sheesh. Discussion points. The importance of mentorship, setting long-term goals, and the power of persistence. What do you think about that? Mentorship, setting long-term goals, and the power of persistence.
I think mentorship, I was just talking to my cousin about this last night. I think having a mentor is very important because it's somebody that you're inspired by, and it's potentially somebody that has already been through what you went through, so they can help you with the ropes of the game. I personally, just me, I do believe that you don't have to pay for a mentor. I feel like if this person it's going to be a mutual connection, like with a mentor. It's not like I'm only here for my use. No, the mentor should see something in you that drives them to want to help. So I do believe in mentorship. I do believe that it's beneficial. I do believe that it allows you to ask questions that you may have that you can't ask those around you, and it gives you somebody to look up to be honest. So that's how I feel about mentorship. What do you think?
I mean, well, to add on to that, I would say that that's a benefit. If I could find a true, genuine, you know what I'm saying, that'd be cool. Because like I said, that would be somebody that's already where you're on your way to. So having somebody that's already did it, that can help you avoid all type of mistakes and lessons that they had to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? You can learn that from them off the rip and avoid all of that and get straight to where they're going. Like having a mentor can make the road to where you're going way easier.
Having a mentor can make the road to where you're going way easier.
For sure.
Bars.
Yeah.
So setting long-term goals.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Give you optimism about the future. Setting long-term goals. Everything is not gonna be quick. And first of all, if hey, anything anything short don't last. You know what I'm saying? If it's quick, it ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to put the work behind what you're building. You know what I'm saying? It makes the story look better. It makes the story sound better. You know what I'm saying? When it's quick and it's easy, come on, man. But when it's something that you worked to build up and it's drawn out, it's been long term, and you've been persistent with it through the ups and downs, kept pushing, been strong throughout it all. Yeah, it make it worth the wait when it's all said and done. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just makes those, like, them long term, fulfilling those long term goals just makes the dinners that you have when it's all said and done that much better. Like, you know what I'm saying? When y'all all sitting back talking. See what I'm saying? What? I can see it now. Hello. It makes the stories better.
Yeah. Each one of our lives are just stories. So it's like you have to.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
You got to write the story. You got to not even write the story. Allow God to write the story. You know?
Walk into your story.
Walk into your story. Flip the page. If every day is a new page in your life. Every day is a new page in your life. So I do believe setting long-term goals can definitely help you be optimistic about the future, but it also gives you that drive to where you want to see yourself, you know? So if you set a goal for by the time as you hit 25, by the time as you hit 30, like you write it out, and that's something that'll keep you going. So I do believe in long-term goals as well. And then the power of persistence.
Keep pushing through.
Keep going. Point blank period. Just keep going.
Ups and downs. There will be ups and downs. Unless you find a way to raise yourself above that pendulum. Which is what I've been working on for a while. Like, not so that pendulum is as equally as something messed up happens, as equally something good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So raise it above that so you don't have to go through
the good outweighs the bad?
No. Jeez, no. Just raise it above so you don't have to go through it can always be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, because you got knowledge that, you know what I'm saying, it can either be good or bad. So once you raise yourself above that, you just keep going on the up and up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's in the Kibalon, yeah.
A Kibalon?
It's a book that I got. It's a book that I had bought up on here one time. I'm going to have to talk about it. But yeah, it talk about like mentalism, correspondence, gender, vibration. Yeah. Like, those are the 7 laws. Like, yeah, we could talk about that one day.
Interesting.
Breaking down ancient texts. Type.
Interesting. Okay. Discussion point. Okay. Chapter 2. A new world is revealed to me. Hill begins to uncover the secret of success through his research and personal experiences. The significance of mindset, the impact of positive thinking, and the role of self-discipline. Let's talk about it.
What you think? A positive mindset. Sheesh. That right there take me to avoid the
unlucky.
Unlucky and unhappy. Positive mindset, man. That goes back to the law of attraction. Like, you know what I'm saying? What you get out, what you put out, you get back. You know what I'm saying? If you're putting out negativity, you're gonna get that back from the universe.
Yes.
So yeah. Positive mindset is extremely important. And it's extremely important for those around you. If you're a person that's around other people and you come with a negative mindset constantly, you become infectious. Like, you know what I'm saying? That starts to rub off. Now because of your attitude, people mad at you because you be having that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it begins to spread like an infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. What do you think? Positive mindset.
48 laws of power. Hey. Positive mindset. It says it plain and simple. Like, you gotta. I'm gonna go back to controlling your thoughts. Like, if you wake up in the morning and you're saying, I'm gonna have me a good day today, and then maybe 10 minutes later you get a phone call from somebody and it maybe change your mood. You have the control to keep that positive mindset and not to feed into the negativity that's coming through your phone. Just say somebody on your phone talking garbage, or just call you with drama. You have the power to control that conversation. Like, hey, I just woke up. I'm gonna have me a good day. If you ain't talking nothing positive, then miss me with it. You know, like, I learned it from a wise man. We're not obligated to nobody. So you're in control of your life for sure. So that's how I feel about a positive thinking for sure.
And what about the role of self-discipline?
Self-discipline gets you very far. Going back to, you don't need a group of people around you. You know, like it's good to be. It's good to what you say. It's good to be in solitude at times. Like God will place you in community, but it's really good to be in solitude because you can work on your self-discipline. You can look from within instead of looking from out to in. So I do believe self-discipline gets you very far in life because you got to do things that you don't want to do that's going to help you get better. Self-discipline.
Like that. That was a good answer. Yeah. Self-discipline. Yeah. Just I'm gonna keep it short with this one. It just self-discipline just it just doesn't allow you to feed into things that you shouldn't feed into. Self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? It might be good for now, but it won't be good for later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Knowing how to what's that word? Not decipher. Discernment. Learning discernment. Yeah. Self-discipline.
Having that discernment wins every time. Discernment. Identify your chapter 3, the silent fear. Hill addresses the pervasive influence of fear in our lives and how it paralyzes us. So the discussion point for this one is identifying our fears, strategies for overcoming our fears, and the concept of drifting. Now, I know you're still tapped in. You can rewind it and go back to drifting. Drifting is a state of aimlessness and indecision. So, drifting can stop you from achieving your full potential. Because you're drifting, you're thinking about this, you're thinking about that, you want to do this, a phone call, you immediately, like, it's just so much that comes with drifting that can throw you off of your achievements, your success. So identifying your fears. How do you think one can identify their fears?
I mean, shoot. I mean, you should know. You should know what you're afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Coming to that realization. And that's why it's good that we talked about meditation, because you might have to get into some meditation, get somewhere where it's just completely silent.
Yes.
It ain't nothing but you and the universe, aka God. You know what I'm saying? The universe. And what was the question again?
How can one identify their fears?
Yeah. Meditation.
Sitting with self.
Yeah. Silence. Yeah.
Literally, it's called the silent fear.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, silence. Literally. Thank you to everybody that has liked this live. We have over 209 likes on the live. Let's
go. Appreciate it.
We're going to get it up to 300 before we leave today. Question: do you adapt when your life is being threatened, like every day? Question: how do you adapt when your life is being threatened every day? You want to answer that first?
You go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say that's something that you have to realize. Why is this happening? I would recommend self-reflecting. Why am I being threatened every single day? Because, like you said, it's every day. So now you have to ask. You have to tap into God, a higher being. Why am I being threatened? What am I doing wrong? Don't point the fingers outward first. Point the finger inward first, and then go from there.
Hold on. So what was the question? What is it?
How do you adapt when your life is being threatened, like every day? And then after that, I feel like that's when you will start to move different, think different, place yourself in different paths, because now you know that if you go this way every day, like, that's going to happen. But if you can change your routine and change it up, then you might find a better outcome from that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I need more context. I mean, what do you mean in danger? I mean, to be honest, you will adapt naturally. It's in human nature to adapt, to survive. You understand what I'm saying? Your life is I'm gonna just say it happened naturally. You're going to figure it out naturally. Like I say, it's in human nature to survive, to adapt. That's natural.
Yeah.
Adaptation is something that we're literally naturally born with. Babies, you see them toss and chunk babies in the water, in the ocean, and the babies know how to hold their breath and float on their backs. They know how to adapt. Immediately. Yeah. So it's in your nature. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. You'll adapt. That nature will kick in, and you'll survive. You'll overcome whatever you're going through.
So Ryan, if you want to give us more context, sure, but we were all born to adapt.
Adapt. That's one of our special powers is the ability to adapt. Now it's up to you if you knowingly can tap into that. You know what I'm saying? But your body will naturally adapt. Yeah. You'll be all right.
The silent fear.
The silent fear. So what is that? Engaging questions?
Yes, that was an engaging question. Oh no! We're
still
here. The strategies of overcoming fear. Some strategies. You said sitting in silence.
Oh yeah.
You'll say sitting in silence. What I would say.
Oh no! That was recognizing fear, overcoming fear. Find out what you're afraid of and face it.
Find out what you're afraid of.
Face it head on. Whatever you're scared of. If you're scared of bugs, lock yourself in a room full of bugs, and eventually, after a couple of hours, you won't be scared of them no more. Maybe, I don't know. That's insane, but recognize and figure out what you're afraid of. Which I said that I think a good way to recognize what you are afraid of is through meditation, through silence, through connections with the universe. Find out, recognize what you are afraid of, and face it head on.
Find out what you are afraid of and face it head on.
What you think, Sammy?
Strategies of overcoming. Yeah, you just said it. Find out what you are afraid of and face it head on. Because that's where the growth come in. You're not going through nothing. You're growing through it. So once you realize that this has my attention, or this is something I'm fearful of, first and foremost, identify what the real meaning of fear is to you. Like, what are you afraid of it? Are you... What does fear mean to you? You know, because just find out what that means to you. Like, why is it bothering me? Why am I fearful of not making it? Like, where did that come from? Where did that thought come from within you? Like, where's the root? Where was it rooted? You know, so.
Got you.
Yeah, and then the concept of drifting, just stop drifting, y'all.
Yeah, drifting. I think that's like I'll take that drifting as drifting away from one's purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're not on purpose anymore. Drifting is to fade away from. That's what I think of when I think of the word drifting. It's to slowly but surely separate from, drift apart. Yeah. So the separation of one from. Hold on, the separation of an individual from their purpose. Drifting away from one's purpose. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna associate that with.
And if you find yourself drifting, then I would say to pay attention to your environment. Because why are you drifting?
Right.
You know, I feel like we've already answered what role has fear played in your life. So the next question is, how can you apply the principles of these chapters to overcome your own obstacles? I would say just listening, like maybe replaying this podcast episode today and listening to the key point. You're welcome. And listening to the key points of the game and the knowledge and the insight and the value that Napoleon Hill said he would give us in this book. And this was just the intro. And we've already gotten so much knowledge from it. Like, you've learned so much, and it's a mindset thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm understanding about this book is it's about mental toughness. Yeah, this book is going to really instill in all our viewers and listeners mental toughness. Like, you know what I'm saying? Being strong mentally can get you through anything. And I got to believe that a person that's mentally strong is also spiritually strong, and vice versa. A person that's usually spiritually strong, they're usually pretty mentally strong. know what I'm saying? Just because of that knowing and that belief in a higher power gets you through a lot. Yeah. When you find out, when you have a strong belief and a strong faith in knowing that it's something out there that can change your life for the greater, like, you know what I'm saying, in bad situations, it keeps you pushing, like you said, and that's why it's no, it's a good point that he said that the devil uses sickness, ill health, and stuff like that to break the mind and draw you away from drift you away from that source. So you got to be strong in all, and mentally you got to be strong mentally. Faith got to be through the roof.
Yes.
Yeah.
Faith. If nobody believes in you, make sure you believe in you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What strategies have you found effective in combating self-doubt?
Man, knowing self-worth. Come on, man. So what was that? What strategies have you found effective in combating self-doubt? Knowing self-worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing that you're not better than anybody else, but something, you're special. There is something special about you. Like you are, you know what I'm saying? You are headed towards this. You're working yourself up. You're building yourself up to become this. That's exciting. What you think, Sammy? Combating self-doubt. What you think? Strategies.
I think knowing oneself for sure is definitely always going to be a win, because no one can tell you who you are. No one can put another image on you, like self. Like, even if we go back to that word self-doubt, that's something that you're telling yourself. So if you know your self-worth, if you know that you're almighty, if you know you're powerful, if you know you're beautiful, if you know you're strong, like, that means nothing or no one can come to you and say anything other than that. But to know your self-worth, to get through self-doubt, takes intentionality. Like, you have to be intentional with learning who you are. You have to be intentional with that quiet time with self. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up this word and see if this is a real word. I'm gonna have to come back to that.
Intentionality.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to it. All right, where we at? That's on you.
Yeah, y'all. So that was episode. Well, that was the intro of Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, where he talks about revealing the tactics to help us achieve our full potential. Like, he tells us with the devil, the interaction that he had with the devil, and how the devil used poverty, religion, education, self-doubt, like how he uses all these things to get to our minds, to have us drift away from our full potential. So that's what today's intro was all about. We hope that you enjoyed it. We hope that it was very insightful for you. And next week we'll be back on at 10:30 a.m. To continue Outwitting the Devil. This book is 10 chapters, so we will break down chapters 4 through 8 next week. 4 through 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 4 through 7 next week. More engaging questions, and just be set free from self, from self-doubt. If you found this episode useful, not only listen to it again for yourself, but share it, and follow us on all platforms. We look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Next Monday, 10:30. Let's go.
Tell a friend. Yeah.
FITSAM Community Podcast, baby. Man, you be hitting yo. I'll be like, sheesh. It throws me off.